to the session on social media for consumer insights. Here, we are going to learn about how social media can help businesses know what consumers are talking about, what consumers like, what are their preferences, what they hate, and all these insights help businesses curate their conversation and the engagement with their consumers. This also helps in product development, product improvement, and the way service issues are resolved. So, my dear friends, I hope you are ready for this joyride. So, let's see what's there in agenda for today. The first thing are customary trends at 9 a.m. on 16th of April. Okay. So the first thing that we have is Ghar mein rahein, swasth rahein, promoted by WHO. That's all about Corona. Stay at home, stay safe. Then we have Salman Khan trending. Why? Salman Khan is trending because he had given an interview on Republic TV where, without his unmincing words, he called all those people who are not taking this lockdown seriously as jokers. And since then, there are a lot of appreciations and people are retweeting, they are just sharing the messages, and thus Salman Khan is trending. And we have a good news from the pharma industry in India, that is Cipla has got an FDA approval from US for an asthma inhaler. Okay, that's a big news. And then we have Indian Railways. Indian Railways is celebrating its 167th anniversary. And this was the day 167 years ago, the first train in India rolled out. Then Yuvraj Singh, he is trending. Reason being, in 2003, this was the day when he scored his first century. Then we have Muslims, I won't touch upon that. And then we have COVID-19, India, a lot of things have been discussed on that. Then we have Rajat Sharma, Sharam Karo. Now, this hashtag started trending because he criticized, when people in Bandra, when people in Mumbai, when they gathered, almost 150,000 odd people gathered, those laborers who wanted them to be sent back to their homes by trains. And Rajat Sharma criticized this by saying that this would defeat the entire purpose of lockdown. And then people started making memes and started trolling Rajat Sharma, and this hashtag Rajat Sharma Sharam Karo started trending. Now, what's in news today? Pinterest updates Pinterest shop to highlight a selection of SMBs impacted by COVID-19. Okay, the small businesses which have been impacted by COVID-19 have been highlighted by Pinterest, and those shops are now in the highlight selection on Pinterest. This is their way to support the businesses thrive during these tough times. The next, you have YouTube makes its video builder custom video creation tool available to more businesses. Now, these custom building tools provides you templates, still photos, stock photos, videos, music, background, all these things to some select creators, and with this we can create a lot of attractive and fancy looking, snazzy looking videos, and that's how they are going to help the creators by providing these tools to them. Then in this session, what are the learning outcomes? By the end of this session, the students will be able to apply primary approaches to social media research. What are the primary approaches that they can, if I'm going about for social media research, what could be the primary approaches I could undertake? You have both qualitative, quantitative, but how does that apply to social media? Then we have students would be able to conduct research through social listening. They can listen to what is happening, that's eavesdropping on what people are talking. Then we have students could identify the common errors and biases. What could be the common errors? So that gives you caution. It should set your bells ringing, saying like, take care. Then you have students will be able to understand the process of netnographic research. Okay, netnographic research is a kind of ethnographic research that we have in our qualitative studies. Social media in research. How? Okay, social customer care. Social media can be used as a tool for customer care. Okay, Twitter has come up and Twitter has been used extensively by businesses for customer care purposes. Then you have market research. I can use social media as a market research tool. I can understand what is in demand, what people's likes and preferences are. Then you have campaign assessment. I run a campaign on social media and I can easily take a stock of the performance of the campaign. It's not just like the traditional media. You just run the campaign and you do not know where did you burn your money. Then qualitative research. The first aspect of your social media research is qualitative research. Observational. You just observe. And this is one very vital aspect, one very important aspect where you get to know what your customers are doing, where do your customers exist, what are they talking, whom are they talking to, when are they talking to, on what platforms they are talking. Okay, that's what is observational. Then you have ethnographic or netnographic. You become a part of some customer groups. You become a part of some social media groups, and then you just see what they are doing, how they are doing, when are they doing. Okay, all these things, you just stay with them. Okay, you are not an outsider. Now you become an insider of that group and try to extract the insider information. The quantitative analysis, you work around the data provided by social media. How do you do that? First, you monitor and track. You keep on monitoring the movements, you keep on monitoring the likes, you keep on monitoring the comments. Okay, and that's how you monitor and track. Sentiment analysis. Are people talking good about you? Are people talking bad about you? Or people do not have any opinion about you? Are they ignoring you? Okay, this is what is all about sentiment analysis. What are their emotions? What are their sentiments attached to a particular campaign, a particular product, a particular service, or a particular brand as well? Then content analysis. What are they writing? What are they sharing? What kind of videos? What kind of memes? Then social media listening tools. There are several online tools where you can just keep an eye and ears open and you can listen to what people are talking. Some prominent tools are, first is social mention. Okay, this is a tool, you can just Google it, visit the social mention, and you can find out on every possible platform what are people talking about a particular person, brand, service, hashtag. Then you have same point, this is another popular tool. Then you have who's talking. Blog Pulse, Google Alerts, this is something that almost all of us have used. Then you have Google Trends. Okay, trends.google.com is another very vital and important tool to see what is trending. Okay, you can just check the trends over past, I suppose, 15 plus years. Then House Social. This is another tool where you can just listen to what people are talking, okay, what is trending. So these are some prominent tools available online. You can just explore them and learn how these tools could be useful for your businesses. Then you have social media monitoring, okay. You have to pay a watch. You have to keep on watching what people are. It's kind of a spy kind of a job. How many times was the search term found? Frequency count. When was the search term found? Okay. When? At what point of time does some conversation erupt? What was the triggering point? Okay. So these things help us to know at what point of a time a campaign could be launched, which would be very effective. When was the search term? Where was the search term found? Which platforms? Okay. Are making things viral. Who mentioned the search term? Okay, the origin. Then sentiment analysis. How do you go ahead with this? The first one, fetch, crawl, cleanse. Okay, you just have to fetch the data. You scrape the data from various platforms, social media platforms. You see the conversations, you see the tweets, you see the comments. Okay, you scrape them. You can use some bots to crawl and scrape. Then you cleanse that data. Cleanse in the sense there could be a lot of noise in that data in the form of unnecessary symbols, which could be hampering your analysis. So first you need to cleanse and purge your data. Extract relevant data points. The entire data that you extract or scrape may not be relevant for you. So you have to filter out the data which is necessary. Then extract sentiments using sentiment indicators. You need to extract your sentiments using some lexicons in some softwares. For example, in R, there are some libraries called TM, text mining. Okay, you have sentiment R. So these help in extracting sentiments. That is, primarily you have 8 emotions like anger, surprise, disgust. Okay, so positive, negative. So you have these things which can be studied on particular conversations which you have extracted. Then aggregate the data into summary. You can just create a visualization where the entire visualization can display or demonstrate the sentiment carried by people. Content analysis. The deep insight into the text or any other content. You can go into videos as well. You get to know what is the content. Okay, doing things manually could be very tedious because social media is just like an ocean. So you try to use some softwares which are capable enough to analyze the keywords being used. Okay, the prominent message. Okay, you have certain algorithms where, for example, an algorithm called topic modeling extracts the primary topics being discussed within a piece of text or within a piece of speech. Then you have pieces of information, they are classified and analyzed for themes. That's the way I told you. You have topic modeling, the entire text, the bulk of text can be classified into prominent 3 or 4 keywords which covers the entire essence of the conversation. Then you need to be cautious for certain errors that could happen during your research. One is coverage error. You may not be able to cover the entire landscape. Then you can have sampling errors. You may have selected the wrong sample for your research. Your sampling error could be or lead to echo effect. Like if you see certain things suddenly becoming trending, okay, then you focus or you create your entire focus on that trend, but you lose on some other insights which were hidden, which were not trending. Then participation effect. Now you may, at certain point of time, certain things suddenly become viral, and you consider them to be the actual participants for the conversation, but they may not be the participants. They may just be the zombies. They are just making things viral, but they were no way involved into the conversation. So when you pick such samples into your entire sample, when you select such elements into your sample, the entire research could go wrong because probably they are not your customers, and what they are talking may not be a reflection of the actual sentiments of people. Then you have non-response bias. There could be people or social media profiles which are totally silent, which are not at all conversing. Okay, so you may at that point of a time ignore those people, but those people can carry a strong opinion. Now, what could be the potential problems? The potential problems could be the volume of conversation. This is the biggest problem or challenge in social media. The volume of conversation can go into millions and billions of pages. So scraping all that and analyzing all that needs a lot of computing abilities and tedious processing tools. Then you have cultural factors in meanings of languages. Social media is such a huge and vast platform that people from various communities, countries, languages, they contribute to the conversation on social media. In such a scenario, the connotations of words could change, and understanding them as native speakers of English could defy the entire purpose of your analysis. Then multiple meanings. Every word or abbreviation that is used may carry multiple meanings. Okay. For example, the abbreviation BP could be Bharat Petroleum, British Petroleum. BP could also be blood pressure. Okay. So it carries multiple meanings. So putting them into silos or assuming them to be what you are perceiving it to be can lead to problems. Then accuracy in categorical data. This is a very common criticism by most of the people who are inclined towards quantitative research. They keep on raising questions towards categorical data. Categorical is non-numeric data. So accuracy of categorical data is always questionable. Then what are the steps in netnography? Okay, how people interact. You get into certain groups and just observe how they are interacting, who is more active. Okay, first identify the online communities, then select those with high traffic, high levels of activity, then learn about the group's culture, select materials for analysis, classify the material, then keep a journal of reflections about the data collection. It's just an online ethnography. Okay, you become a part of a community, you see who leads the community, who are the opinion leaders, what is the source or origin of communication, and how the communication flows, what is the culture maintained in the group. Okay, so you must also be part of a lot of WhatsApp groups and you see how people are interacting over there. Okay, and you just keep on collecting the conversations, analyze it, and maintain a journal of it. Then use member checks to assess accuracy of interpretation. Then you need to check, are the people interpreting the message in the right way as the origin of the message perceived it to be. So finally, by the end of this session, few recap questions for you. The first one, how do companies utilize social media research? What are the primary approaches to social media research? Second, what is the research process for collecting, processing, and analyzing residual social media data used in social listening and monitoring? What are the common errors and biases associated with social media research? And how do brands manage the social listening process? Finally, what is the process for netnographic research? I expect you to write answers for these. You can share it in your comments. You can share it with me. I would definitely love to give feedback to you. Thank you for watching. Do keep visiting. Do like, share, and subscribe to the channel and spread the good word. Thank you.